Hello, this is Elias5891. I'm here to go over how to do the Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock, or RPSLS module in KTANE. This is one of those modules that is very dependent on edge work, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to grab all of it. So let's look at our bomb. Edge work wise, we have, oh wow, this is a very boring bomb. One battery, one holder, two pair serial ports, two serial ports, and a serial number of Charlie 04, Whiskey Sierra 0, CO4, WSO. Now, looking at the manual here, to determine the manual, first you have to determine the decoy. This is going to be something the fuser is going to do exclusively. The decoy, as it says here, essentially is that there's no decoy if the 5 icons are in a pentagon, like in this little sample picture up here. Otherwise, the decoy is the one in the middle of the arrangement or the middle of a line. So, on my little module here, I have 5. For each of these, there's actually a decoy. This one, it's the scissors symbol. This one, it's the paper in the center, obviously. Here, it's, so center, center, center. For this one down here, it's scissors, because it's in the center of this line. This one, a little less defined, but it's kind of a diagonal slanty line. So in this case, paper would be my decoy. And the symbols, if you're not comfortable with them or familiar with them, is paper, scissors, rock, lizard, kind of like your hand puppeting, and Spock, the Vulcan salute. So we're going to do this one with lizard as the decoy to start out. So we have the decoy. What's next? Well, we're going to go through the table here. We're going to go through this table here on the manual page. We're going to go through it row by row and determine the highest scoring column in that row. We're going to look for something to win, something to have the highest count, the highest score, that's not the decoy. So for this particular one, first off, we're going to look at the serial number letters. And we skip this row if the serial number contains an X or a Y. It does not. So rock gets a point on R's and O's, paper on P and A, scissors S and I, lizard L and Z, Spock CK. We have a C, so that's a point for, so in the letters row, we'll actually write this out. You'll usually probably kind of do this in your head or maybe put some tallies somewhere. There's a C, so that's a point for Spock. There's a W, which is not on the list, and there's an S, which is a point for scissors. So we have a tie between Spock and scissors. It doesn't matter that neither of those is my decoy. Wouldn't matter if either of them was. We have a tie. So we go on to the next row, ports. We're going to skip the row if there's a PS2 port. There's not. And there's only one type of port, and that's a serial port. There's 2 of them specifically. So it wins 2 to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So, what is my icon here? Scissors. So, since scissors is my winner, scissors is the one that the bomb is playing as. Bomb is scissors. I need to beat scissors. So what beats scissors? Just gonna go through this real quick. And it always is in the form of winner does something to loser. So winner is always the first thing in a sentence, loser's last. So we're looking for things that beat scissors. So rock, Spock smashes scissors and rock crushes scissors. So Spock and rock will beat scissors. Since scissors is my highest row, that's what the bomb's doing. So we're going to beat him with rock and Spock. Rock, Spock. So on these, This is one that, for the most part, stays the same. We can rock Spock here. We can rock Spock here. This one, though, notice I have a decoy this time, and the decoy is scissors. Well, we don't count if we have a winning, a highest scoring icon, like in this case we did with scissors, but it's the decoy, we can't count it. So for these that have scissors, scissors can't win. Scissors can't be the big one, the one that we count. So we're going to actually have to go past the port. Then we're going to move to lit indicators. Of those, double checking the bomb, we have none. So it's going to be a 5-way tie. Then we go to unlit indicators. Again, 5-way tie because we don't have any. So the last decider is serial number digits. We have a 0 for Rock. We have a 4, which is Spock. And we have another 0 for Rock. So in this case, Rock is what is being represented by the bomb. So to beat Rock, we scan through here. Paper covers Rock. And Spock vaporizes Rock. So Paper and Spock beat Rock. So for these two that have scissors as the decoy, it's going to be Paper Spock. Paper Spock. Paper Spock. That is a very satisfying sound. Now, in that case, we always had a winner, though we did get down toward the bottom here on the serial number row. Sometimes you will not have a highest icon, a highest score in a row, in any of the rows that you do. If that's the case, if you get all the way down to serial number and that still doesn't give you a distinct column to pick, then as it says here, if no row applies, you're going to press every icon except the decoy if there is one. If there's no decoy, you're going to hit all 5 of them. So let's do one more. And you can work on it. I will work on it as well, and we will discuss the results. Make sure we get the same thing. So, a new bomb, new edge work to look at. For the sample, for this sample, we have, and I will give the full edge work, even though we don't necessarily need it, 4 batteries in 2 holders, a unlit bob indicator, BOB, a lit IND indicator, lit IND unlit bob, and an RJ45 port. The serial number on this bomb is TA0 CD5 Tango Alpha 0 Charlie Delta 5. Alright. For this one, let's do a couple of them just to make sure that we do fully understand what we're expected to do on this one. I have one with Rock as the decoy and one with Paper as the decoy. So we're solving it twice. Once with Rock as the decoy, once with Paper as the decoy. Take a moment, see if you can figure out what we need to be hitting in each case. Alright. Let's have a look. Go ahead and pause if you need another moment or two to solve it. So one of them was a rock decoy, bottom one here, and one of them is paper decoy over here. These are the two we're going to do. Um, Either way, we need to look at the rows in order. So let's look at the serial number letters first. T, A, C, D. T is not in the list. A is paper. C is Spock. And D is nothing. So we have a tie. We don't have a winner in that. We don't have a winner. I keep calling it a winner, and I apologize. We don't have a high score icon in that row. So we'll go on to the next row, ports. We only have one, and it's an RJ port, which means rock is the one we're trying to beat. So for the paper one, we need to beat rock. What beats rock? Paper beats rock, it covers it. And Spock beats rock by vaporizing it. So rock, Spock for that one. For this one, rock was my decoy. So we're going to have to find something else. So we go on to the next row. Lit indicators. Again, I had one, it was IND. And IND is a paper score. So we do have a winning row. It's paper with one indicator. So we need to beat paper. What beats paper? Well, scissors beats paper. Scissors cuts paper. And lizard eats paper. That's a little weird, but okay. So, scissors and lizard to solve that one. And that is all there is to this module. You're just going to go through the rows, find the first row that has a column that outscores the others without being the decoy, and then find out what beats whatever column you're in. So that's it for this one. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and until next time, have fun and don't blow up. All right, goodbye.